All right, y'all. So as you have probably heard at this point, Coinbase actually came out and explained their listing process and all the things that's required to get a listing. And they cleared up a bunch of rumors and allegations and stuff like that. So that was interesting. It was very very bullish for Toshi. And it didn't sound that great when it came down to Brett, because a lot of people were noticing red flags, including myself, where, Brett might be in that gray area or crossing that line. So yeah, that being said, the cabal, the alleged cabal speaks out. Crash has spoken out, and then Jake came out with a video, bro. And then he tagged Crash in it. It's like, hey, and I'm gonna be honest, this is the energy that I like to see from them. This is why I'm a Brett holder, bro. Like, I need them in their bag. I need them to be pissed off that Toshi is doing what it's doing right now, because that's going to make them go harder. Like, and to be fair, I know that I'm just straightforward with my own opinions, but I don't have any issues with anybody. I'm actually cool with Jake, and I don't really know Crash, but I like his tweets. I like the stuff that he tweets. I follow him and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, he's cool too. I really have no issues with anybody. So I don't want anybody to think that it's some type of beef or something going on, or I'm against them. I could just openly speak about the reality of the situation. It looks kind of scary for Brett because of the foundation, like that foundation, like that's really what it looks like. And that looks like why it's not being listed. So yeah. That being said, I love this energy from them, because this is the type of energy that makes them make moves to pump my bags. And yes, I do hold both Toshi and I do hold Brett. So at the point where they actually get this on an exchange and prove me wrong, I make money. So win-win. Like, at this point, it's a win-win, buddy. But yeah, honestly, if you all want my honest opinion about Brett and if I believe it's actually going to, pump this bull run, absolutely. I feel like too many very successful guys in this community's reputations are on the line. Like, with what Toshi is doing, how would Brett look to just go out sad and not really pump or do nothing? Like, how many careers would be, how would they be looking? Like, these guys would be looking crazy. Like, you think the Cabal finna go out like that? I don't think so. I think that they got to a point where they actually have made it to the point where they have this circle and this network of people, because they are very fierce competitors. So they not finna go out sad. So yeah, that's exactly why I'm invested in Brett, by the way. Like, I'm solely invested in Brett because of the Cabal. So I don't want people to think that a Cabal is necessarily a bad thing. It just is. There's certain things about it that can be bad for when it comes down to stuff like listing. So yeah, that being said, every single coin has a Cabal behind it. Okay, now he comes out and basically is talking about how the Cabal is not a bad thing. I see it. The top 100, the shittiest of the shitters. There will always be a main group of people behind something. Every CTO has a cabal and group of people that came together to take the initiative to push it forward. Now, this is where we go with this one. It's a difference between a cabal and a group of people coming together in a CTO. In a CTO, usually the developer rugs, and it's like, we all are left in a shitty situation. Let's come together and make the best of this. Let's figure out how to keep pushing this project forward, because it's a good narrative, it's a good project. That's what Toshi did. That's what the team did. The team got left in a bad situation, and they were like, you know what? Let's figure this out. Let's do it as a community. The distribution is going to be better. Like, let's do this the right way and take this project far. And that is why Toshi is the face of Base. Now, when it comes down to a cabal, you get together with a bunch of your rich friends. Like, for a CTO, it's all about the people who are everyone. It's everyone. It's the community. That's what a CTO is about. When it comes down to a cabal, you and your closest homies that's just as successful as you all come together and say, you know what? Let's buy the floor. Let's buy a bunch of this token. Let's control a bunch of this token so we hold the floor so it can't be dumped. We can make a lot of money if we do this. Then every move that it makes, we slowly sell. Maybe you got multiple wallets. Maybe there's a lot going on. Like, that's what a cabal does. A cabal is out for themselves, trying to make money with them and their friends, which I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with that at all. You got to a point where you worked to get yourself, because at the end of the day, what y'all have to understand about a cabal, by the way, is that they not just going finding any bum and bringing him up out of poverty or something. Like, the guys that's a part of this is already fierce in their industry. They're already known. They already got a reputation. They already go hard. Like, you're not gonna bring a loser into a winner's circle. Like, so they already have a certain mentality, a certain view. So these guys are all capable individuals as it is. So yeah, I don't think that Crash or anybody else is being carried. I just think that, you know, a cabal is not necessarily a terrible thing. Like I said, my whole point and my whole point of the conversation was that a lot of red flags did raise when they was talking about listing when I thought of Brett. He said, anyone who says they are anti-cabal is just a social justice warrior hoping to get clicks and your empathy. Nobody is actually anti-cabal. You're anti-knowing about any groups of people you don't like. So instead of saying you don't like some cabal, how about you just say exactly who you don't like, Fs, and then say who you do like. Listen, man, I think that you gotta at somebody when you talking like this. You talking greasy. Who you talking to? Like, who you talking to, my guy? Like, I feel like you gotta at somebody. Listen, at somebody when you talk. Nah, let me stop. But yeah, I mean, he talks about how every project has a cabal. Then one of these messages goes into how he didn't need a cabal. I think it's this one. Look at this. Nobody ever shares the next coin with me. Nobody ever gave me alpha behind closed doors. I never got special privilege from anybody. To this effing day, I'm not in any group or chats where I get Q alpha or any insider or special people. So basically, he talks about how he's not in a cabal. He defends cabals, and then he basically tries to make it seem like he's not in one. Which, I mean, it's alleged. I mean, I don't know. It's just an opinion. It just looks kind of crazy where he comes out on a rant, and then at the same time, Jake is making a video for Brett as well. So yeah, and yet my independent moves have been so decent over the last years that anyone that seems to be associated with me or have any success related to anything I've touched is labeled a cabal. If I was waiting on some magical group to come and save me or help me, I'd be at fucking zero right now. And I feel like a lot of people misjudge what a cabal is. I feel like he probably gets a lot of hate and flack from the fans. I feel like that's what it probably comes down to, because in order to be a part of a cabal, you probably have to be capable and a successful person yourself. Like, you're not just going to get welcomed in. So like, somebody's not finna just say, hey, yo, you come so we can carry you to success. Like, that doesn't happen. You got to be a hard worker to begin with. So yeah, I mean, I got nothing but respect for Crash, to be honest. It don't change the fact that the reason that that more than likely they have not been listed is because they're a cabal. Like that. Well, Brett is looking like a cabal. That's what it comes down to. And I heard people say, people were talking about how they weren't a cabal or how other projects got listed and stuff like that. And I mean, you can't just say, people brought up the argument Trump got listed. Bro, Trump is the president. What you gonna do to him? He could pardon himself. like what? He don't have to necessarily obey the law. I mean, he has to, but he don't have to. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, so when it comes down to Trump getting listed, Trump can do what he wants. That's not the same thing as Brett. Like, Brett could get in trouble, and something could happen where Coinbase could get in trouble if they know certain things, if they know certain information behind the scenes. So yeah, like, it's not that simple as, oh, that got listed, so that means this can get listed. No, because if y'all get listed and then just start dumping on everybody, then how does Coinbase look? Y'all single-handedly make Coinbase look incompetent. You ruin the reputation of the base chain. It's like it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility in their hands. So then he just explains how you save up money. You buy a random coin on the floor that looks like it has a random dead coin that looks like it has potential, and then you wait for everybody else to notice that potential. I mean, putting $20,000 in a shitter that's on the floor like that's just been abandoned is not a wise decision. I would not recommend this. But y'all make it seem like it's this easy, knowing that it's not. It's not this easy. You can't just find some cool narrative that's just laying there and buy it up and then hope everybody else knows that it's a good project. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. But then last but not least, my guy Jake, he's made his video, like, and this is how I know something lit is coming for Brett. This is how I know something lit is coming for Brett. He pinned this. He literally pinned this to his profile. Then 2025 is the year of Brett on base, and then he had to tag Crash. So this tells me it's time. This tells me they done messing around. Cause I mean, they can't be out here just getting dogged by Toshi, bro. Like, Toshi's not even a dog and you getting dogged by him. That is crazy work. Like, it's crazy.
Brett on base is going to outperform 99% of meme coins this cycle, and that is why I continue to buy more Brett at these levels. If you are part of the Brett community, make sure to like this video and drop some comments below. And now let's talk about why I still remain bullish on the #1 meme coin on the base chain. As you guys know, Brett on base launched back in February of 2024 and quickly became the #1 token on base and ran up as high as the #5 meme coin in the entire world. The all-time high for Brett happened back on December 1st and was rated around a $2.25 billion market cap, and as of right now is still a top 10 meme coin, trading around an $800 million market cap today. Now, in my opinion, one of the reasons that Brett has had so much success is because of their branding and their marketing. Brett was the main sponsor of the E1 that took place in Monaco in 2024. Brett sponsored UFC superstar Gilbert Burns ahead of one of his main event fights last year. They have massive partnerships with influencers.
That's what I like about this is what I like about Brett. This is what I like about the project. You know, it takes a certain level of people to even think about doing these things and to be capable of actually making it happen. The fact that these people have this type of power to even make this happen, make that possible, do the things that they've been doing, that's huge. And one thing that I do want to say is people saying that, oh, it's all part of the plan, it's all part of Brett's strategy. No, Crash was just tweeting the other day about, something along the lines of, I guess you gotta pay Coinbase. That's the only way you get listed or something like that. He was just tweeting like that, rage tweeting the other day. Like, at least I believe it was Crash. If it's not, my bad. My apologies. I thought it was. But yeah. And then in this video, he's going to also hint at something. Like, he's gonna make it clear that even if Brett was not to get listed on Coinbase, they don't need a Coinbase listing to do very, very well this bull run. So I feel like they're already this is already kind of setting up for the, we can still pump narrative even if we don't have Coinbase. It's already being set up like right now. So this is why I don't think that it's strategic. This is why I think that there's issues that's trying to be overcome and clarity with regulation that needs to be solidified before something like Brett gets listed. But I could be wrong. I'm just out here using my common sense personally. That's all I'm doing. I'm giving my own opinion.
In Brazil. I've seen streamers like Sneeko, FaZe Banks, Neon all talk about Brett. And also, if you look at their Instagram, all the reels, all the photos, all the images, you can see how good the branding is. Now, another reason that Brett has had so much success is because of the community. I had a chance to meet a lot of you guys in person when we went to the FOMO Fest in Miami. And anytime I make a Brett post or a tweet or a video like this, you guys show up, you raid, and you support, which goes a long way. Now, I also want to touch on the Coinbase thing briefly because I see a lot of people, myself included, I'm always tweeting about when will Brett get listed on Coinbase because we all believe it's inevitable. But at the end of the day, I don't really think a Coinbase listing matters that much for Brett. Back in 2024, a Coinbase listing was the mecca of all listings. But ever since Gary Gensler resigned, we've seen Coinbase list more and more meme coins like Giga, Moodang, Whiff, and they're all down significantly since they got that listing. So yes, a Coinbase listing would be good for Brett. I think we can all agree with that. But it's not going to be the one reason that Brett runs up to a $10 billion plus market cap this cycle. Brett already has everything it needs to succeed. It has the community, it has a great dev team.
So basically he's setting up the reasons why Coinbase is not needed. And he brought a little bit of evidence for other projects that's failed. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't change the fact though. Like, everybody wouldn't be asking for it if it wasn't needed. Like, so I mean, it's a big deal, but it's being like painted as, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Brett has everything that it needs. I mean, Crash wouldn't be rage tweeting about it if it wasn't that big of a deal. And I mean, everybody wouldn't be asking for it if it wasn't that big of a deal. It is a huge deal. You saw what happened with Toshi and all the slick remarks, Brett didn't even need Coinbase to do this. Brett didn't even need Coinbase to do that, yet you still want to get on Coinbase. It's like, I get it. You got to downplay certain things because it may not be possible, but this is what I mean. And this is why I take the approach that I take, because I'm not finna sit here and just blindly follow something. Like, I did that. I was in a project where I blindly followed and they lied. This is why I try to see things for myself and see my own perspective. So I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to go by my own perspective until I see evidence that I'm wrong and that I stand corrected, you know? Like that's just how I am. I have to learn that way because I was trusting before in this space, and being trusted in this space only ends with you getting dogged. I can tell you that much. So nah, it's no trusting. Like, let's see some results. Let's see you do something. So y'all don't need Coinbase. Let's see it happen. Like let's go pump my bags. Like that's what I want to see. Like that's where we at with it right now. But yeah, look, I stand behind these guys, bro. I really am. I really am a supporter of Brett. I'm a supporter of the community. I just personally still feel like Toshi is far better, far superior. I feel like a CTO has a better energy than a group of people coming together and wanting to control something for their own benefit. And if other people benefit, it's just a byproduct. Like, no, when it comes down to the CTO, they had to band together. They're like, we not finna make it out of this. We finna form a brotherhood. They was forced into brotherhood. They was forced into bonds. And they made it happen. They came through. It's different than strategizing to just, you know, do what's best for you and your people.
Team. It has amazing people supporting it. It has great marketing. And now all I think that we really need for Brett to go parabolic is for Ethereum to turn around and start running. I mean, Bitcoin hit $108,000 this cycle, and Ethereum is still trading at $3,000, which is wild. And personally, I'm still a long-term holder and believer in Ethereum. And I believe when ETH runs, we're also going to see meme coins like Brett and Pepe start to run as well. So I am still bullish on Brett and buying more at these levels. And I'm curious to know, are you still bullish on Brett on Base, the #1 meme coin on the Base chain?
Don't say #1 like that, Jake. You know that's not true. Toshi is #1. Nah, but in my opinion, I don't feel like it's supposed to be. I don't feel like it's supposed to be Toshi versus Brett, and that's why I feel like the disconnect is. I feel like they're yin and yang. They're yin and yang. I feel like what needs to happen is it needs to be Base against everybody else. That's the problem with these projects. It's like every meme coin against every meme coin, every man out for themselves, bro. Like Base was carrying this. I mean, Brett was out here carrying this, going hard, doing all this heavy lifting by themselves with their team of people. And then you get you got Toshi taking a different route, but doing the exact same thing. So imagine if they came together on behalf of Base and brought this whole, like, you know how many people would be onboarded by a Base and Brett, a Toshi and Brett collab? Like, come on, Toshi and like these two faces, because the face that Coinbase chose is the face that's better for the image and better for everything they got going on, which is Toshi. But these guys are so freaking powerful. They made themselves the face because they just can't be stopped. That's respectable too. So it's like, imagine the best of both worlds come together and do something big and just onboard hella people. Listen, all of our bags explode. I would love to see a list with these two battling it out as competitors and friends type of thing, more so than rivals or something, like enemies or something like that. I would want to see the #1 spot go to Toshi and the #2 spot go to Brett, like, or vice versa. I wouldn't even be mad, but I want to see Base taking over these top lists. That's what I want to see. We can get to a point where Base just takes over. That's what I would love to see. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you all think and how you all feel. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, Joe.